This is Jelena Marjanovic, 8-time world champion, and you are listening to the Spice of Life podcast.
Welcome to the Spice of Life podcast, featuring Tanner Wilshaw and Luke Spicer. Two talented fighters discussing life, fighting, work, family, balance, and everything in between. Tune in weekly for your fill of laughs. Now, here's your hosts, Tanner Wilshaw and Luke Spicer.
Welcome back to the Spice of Life podcast. Today, the podcast is brought to you by Buds and Leaves. Buds and Leaves is a full-service licensed dispensary in Vic West, and they help athletes and patients of all types get the care they need. I left all my other shit in the other room, so we're just going to do the Smile spray today. But we can also talk about the Buddha stick. But the Smile spray is a discreet CBD extract spray that you can spray in your mouth on the street, in your bedroom, while you're doing it with your wife or your girlfriend, don't matter. But you can use this stuff whenever you want. It has got 125 milligrams of CBD mist in a 10 milliliter bottle. It's a fantastic product. I like it. We're actually going to get the Duke on it here pretty soon because I think he needs it because he's been acting like a cunt lately.
Oh, wow. Ouch. I thought I was being pretty good, but then I actually, Adeline sent me a message because apparently I wasn't nice about the penis thing that I got, but, you know, then I said, hey, come on, what did you expect from me, Adeline? I know you're going to hear this one too, but you sent me a flute that's shaped like a penis, and I played it, and everybody made fun of me. It was a hilarious joke, but I mean, come on, like, you know. So she's funny. She's a good lady. I know she does a lot of stuff. She did bring a lot of stuff back. She gave me shit because she said we didn't even talk about the rest of the stuff. I was like, nobody told me about the rest of the stuff either. They just handed me a big dick and said, play this. So that's what I did.
Well, Adeline did give me a sombrero right from the Mexicans. So we like that. She also brought the Boogie Child back a very nice dress and gave her a lot of color.
We talked about that.
Did we? Well, then what the fuck is she talking about?
I don't know. And then she said you didn't say why you got the sombrero or why Adam got the Mexican dagger or anything like that. So she was a little upset with that. So
because I want to wear it to the animal sacrifices that we're going to make with that dagger.
Is that? Oh, and I'm a vegan. Is that what that is?
Correct.
Motherfuckers. That's funny.
Also,
Alan, you can't be giving me a dick and not expect to not get me to say something about the show. So that's all that is. And but we all love you at the Spice Life podcast. You know that.
You know, Daniel Redfern's going to have a heyday with this now because you just said that Adeline gave you the dick.
I didn't say the dick. I said a dick.
Doesn't matter. You still got a dick.
Whatever. You know what? If you guys are done listening to these guys roast me all the time, you can also go to audible.com/spice and pick up an audiobook and listen to that. Spice Life Podcast is going to give you 2 free ebooks, and Spice Life Podcast give you 2 free ebooks, and audible.com gives you 1 month trial. So do that.
But if you guys want to continue to hear us roast Luke with full clarity, go to your local Best Buy and pick up a pair of Monster headphones. I'm using the Clarities. The Duke's using the big gold ones that are... We got to find out who the soccer player is because this is getting retarded.
It's Renato, man.
Is it Ronaldo?
Mm-hmm.
Who's Renato?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. Huh?
I don't even think that's
Renato.
A soccer player.
Hey?
Renato? Is that even a soccer player?
Renato. No, I was thinking of something totally different. I looked at a picture. Never mind. I'll tell you something different later. Off air.
Oh, God.
Ronaldo. It wasn't. I don't know who it is. You got to figure it out. I don't fucking watch soccer, man. Soccer players are pussies. Today we got real people on the show.
You better talk to the Boogie Child about calling soccer players pussies then.
Well, is she a soccer player? She is. We bought her soccer shorts. She's different, though. She's not a soccer player. She's a girl that plays soccer that's a badass ass kicker. There's a big difference.
There is a big
You know what
difference.
I'm talking about. Pro soccer players running around pretending they're hurt. Today on the show, we got Kevin Ross. That motherfucker walks around and pretends he's fine when he's bleeding all over the place. So,
correct.
You know, that's where that was coming from.
You know who an actual badass soccer player was?
That fucking crazy guy from the UK that would like beat everybody up and fucking stab him and
Vinny Jones.
I don't remember his name. Vinny Jones. Yeah, there you go.
Vinny Jones.
Did you see? Did you see Vinny Jones's fitness fitness program? There was a video floating around on YouTube. It's the Vinny Jones Fitness, and then he's like, if you're fat and out of shape and you need to get in shape, get the Vinny Jones Fitness program. And then this guy's like, yeah, I've lost 100 pounds by being on the Vinny Jones diet. And then you see Vinny creeping through the bushes behind the guy, and then he's like, hey motherfucker, you better start running. And then he's like, no Vinny, no, the contract's over. And then Vinny just starts pounding the shit out of him. So the idea is that he chases you, and when he catches you, he beats your ass. So you got to keep running till you outrun him, or lose the weight. And one guy's got a sling on and he's in a boardroom, and then Vinny beats his ass too. It was pretty good.
That's funny. Well, we got a fight to talk about, but before we get to that, maybe let's do socks of the week.
Well, this weekend I'm going bowling with 1-to-1. Pat's got a big bowling party for a bunch of their clients, and so I'm gonna take the kids on Saturday. So I went and got these stance socks that got a pretty design on them. I feel those are straight up bowling quality. I'm gonna hike these bitches up to my knees and go bowling on Saturday.
Looks like Mexican print to me, Luke.
Kind of, yeah. Well, Mexican bowling.
Stance socks, they're the best socks on the planet. I think the Duke might agree with me at this point right now.
I'm gonna give these ones a whirl and make sure, but as of last week, they're pretty stellar.
So I've got stance socks again this week. Mine have skulls, coconut drinks, and pineapples on them. I thought these were fun.
Nice.
You enjoy these, Luke?
Those are good. Those are cool.
Stance socks. I wear them at the gym, like in my boxing boots, but I find my feet don't sweat as much.
Well, that's what I mean. They were very because they're sports socks, so they're more absorbent than a regular, at the gym. But I wear them with my dress shoes. I wore them at the fights the other night for KO Boxing, and my feet felt great at the end of the night. Where normally they're pull them out, and I'm like, oh, they just feel gross. But yeah, they felt way better.
So. Dario Berdician just replied to you middle fingering Simon Keane. That was a great. I enjoyed that post.
Figured you would.
That was fun. I did enjoy that one. The other one before that one was pretty good too. What the fuck was it? Oh, you reshared my I'm the bad guy in everyone's I'm the bad guy in everyone's story.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Coming for you, Simon.
Yeah, fuck you, Simon, you dick. All right, let's talk about this fight. You watched it this morning, and I watched it this morning.
The Daniel Jacobs fight.
Yeah, what was the other guy's name? I said it like a million times.
Man, and I had said it too because they actually made a comment on the broadcast about how to say his name.
Yeah.
And then so just give me a second because I know if I see it one more time, I will be able to. Oh no, not that one.
Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Jacobs.
So I didn't know who the guy was, but he was real as fuck.
Yeah, 26-0.
Yeah. He was a junior middleweight, so he came up a weight class.
I was gonna say, and you could tell that because he was significantly smaller. Like you could just see it.
Yeah,
I thought
just frame wise, he was smaller. Like he was actually taller and had a longer reach.
But he didn't have the punching power. Like with 26 wins, undefeated, 26-0, he only had seven knockouts.
Yeah, he didn't have the power. No power. Like if Danny Jacobs had fought that same fight against like a Triple G type, that fight would have been over in the seventh round.
So I think they called him.
Spell it.
I thought it said Magic. Well, the first name is Maciej, but his last name is Sulecki.
No, spell it.
Sulecki.
Sulecki. I forget how they said it, but we'll just call him Sulecki. I know it's wrong, but that's fine.
Why don't you listen
What's
to
his
the
nickname?
HBO thing?
What's his nickname?
Don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, we're just gonna call him the guy from Poland.
The guy from Poland. I'm sure it's Sulecki.
Shaleski. Yes, that sounds right. Yes, Sulecki.
Sulecki.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, the fight started off great for Sulecki. He won the first round hands down.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think everybody else said that too. Even Letterman had said that. But yeah, he definitely did. He seemed to push the pace. I was like, okay, well, this is interesting. Did you know that Daniel had won that fight before he watched it? Obviously. No. Oh, he didn't. No. Neither did I. So it was interesting to watch it. I didn't look. I just wanted to see what had happened, and yeah.
Like in my own brain, I knew he won the fight because it's Daniel Jacobs. Like he's top 5 in his weight division, and that guy was coming up weight class. I was like, well, he's gonna win the fight, and it's in fucking Brooklyn. So either which way, the first round was great for Sulecki. Then the next 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I thought the fight was going to be over because Danny Jacobs ran a clinic in those rounds.
Yeah, but and he was hitting him. He's hitting him hard too, and that was the thing. That man could take a punch. He tagged him quite a few, but he always recovered well. And I thought that Daniel was really pushing the pace in those rounds. It was really interesting to listen to Daniel's corner between rounds on the rounds. Like every other round they would show him. But when his coach told him, I think it was in the before the 5th or 6th round, he started telling him, I want you to start using your power jab and really start cracking him. He doesn't like it when you come forward. He's backing up. He's not punching you and he's backing up. And he started to do that. And that's when I felt like the pace really turned around. And the only rounds that the other guy won was when Daniel wasn't continuing to push the pace. Like, yes. He was starting to back up a little bit more. The guy took the center of the ring a few times and was, taking it to him.
Yeah, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They were Daniel's rounds. But the Polish guy was still in, like he was never out of the fight. But what I was taking into mind was the accumulative shots that he was because he was taking hard shots. And you and I both know when you take hard shots over and over and over again, those accumulate on your brain. Then round 7, and that little bastard came back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
Which was
started throwing a lot more.
Yeah,
and he started moving a lot more. That was the biggest thing, right? Is he just really started to I don't know. Like anytime you find those Eastern Bloc guys, like all those guys from over there, they're just built different. They're mentally they're different, and they got no give in them, which is pretty cool. But they're not used to that. Sometimes the pace that a lot of the American fighters bring to the thing, they want to be exciting. They're not technically and they had said that too, the announcers, right? Like he was a very technical boxer.
Yeah.
The Polish guy, and you could see that, but then when he started getting tagged, it wasn't the same thing.
I don't know if you watched like the prelude to the fight where they were explaining Shaleski's background. So like for the first part of his career, he was fighting overseas, right, where he was getting all the decisions and being a slick boxer. Now he trains in America. So he's an American trained fighter now. But the gyms in America are a little different. Like if you go in there, you got to fight.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that's when he started that's when he got his 7 knockouts. Was when he came over to train in America. Realistically, like power is a gift that not everybody has. Now that guy was a slick boxer. He was good. He's definitely top 5 in his junior middleweight division. I 100% believe that. Now, do I think he can hang at middleweight? 100%. He's just gotta train that power a little bit. But where'd we leave off? Round 7, where Shaleski won that round. 8, Jacobs came back, and 9 and 10 I gave to Shaleski Because Daniel got a little bit silly in between 7 and 10. With what he was doing. Too. He got a little bit silly. He might have just hit a little bit of a funk, or maybe got discouraged a little bit because he was taking those power punches. But the body work that when Daniel threw the body shots, they were taking a toll.
They were, and then to come out for round 12, I mean, it was already in the bag. He already won the fight. Yeah. You know, at this point, like, I strongly believe that the other guy had to, you know, essentially knock him out to win, and he came for that, but in doing so, he got caught. He got dropped.
What an amazing punch!
Yeah, nasty right hook.
It's a short.
It was
a right straight hook thing, but it was perfectly timed because the Shaleski was throwing a right hand himself.
Yeah, and he slipped it and did that overhand.
Yeah.
Pop, right hook, hit him right in the jaw and folded him good. When the way he went down, I was like, he ain't getting up. But then, I mean, he recovered right away. It was like he woke up, just the way he got tagged was like, good night. And then, but then he got up, and I mean, he just brought the pace right back. It was almost like it never happened.
Yeah, like he didn't even stay down for a 3 count. I don't think.
No.
He hit the canvas. I thought it was over, and he got right back up. And then he was like holding his arms out, standing on one foot. I'm almost positive he was standing on one foot.
Thought he had a sobriety test.
Yeah, fucking guy. Just to show the referee that he wasn't hurt. This guy's tough as shit. Cool. I'm a fan of Shaleski now. Actually, like, if I see a fight with him, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I also thought. I mean, it was pretty clear, right? At the end of the fight, bell goes. Daniel's got his hands up.
Yeah.
Shaleski just walks to the corner. He's clapping as they read into the decision. You know, there was no surprise. Everybody knew that he won, and you know, onto the next one.
Well, he's the mandatory challenger for the WBA or WBO title now. So I don't know who holds that.
Not too sure. Like Jacobs, one of his losses was to somebody, I can't remember who, but then his other loss was to Triple G, right? So
yeah.
He's only got the 2, so it'll be a matter of time before they probably throw down again.
Well, in that weight class, they got Billy Joe Saunders, Triple G. Like, there's a murderer's row. The top 5 is crazy. But
that's true.
Triple
G fights this weekend too.
Yeah, we'll be watching that fight. It's a fight that I hope Triple G doesn't take lightly. Realistically, he should murk that guy. But
completely.
I'm glad to see that he got a fight when Canelo decided he was going to eat clenbuterol meat.
It wasn't his fault that the Mexican meat was tainted.
There's also another fight this weekend that we should watch, and I believe it will be on DAZN.com, and that's Tony Bello versus David Haye. That's a rematch. That would be a good fight because they do not like each other.
So, and also, did you hear that Mayweather's 50-0 record has officially been tied?
Yep.
By Shea Paul Moonsri? He's a Thai guy. How do you say his name?
I have no idea how to say his name, but the icing on the cake for that was that they gave his trainer a WBC trainer's belt.
Oh, yeah?
It's the first one. So, like, that guy got to 50-0, and they gave his trainer a belt, but now we've got Floyd Mayweather, but his daddy didn't get a belt.
But he's also, you know, like what is his weight? He's the minimum weight. He only weighs 105 pounds.
Yeah, he's tiny.
He's tiny. Yeah, but I mean, still, man. So most of his fight have been he's fought exclusively in Thailand his whole career.
Yeah,
he's a WBC champion, which I think is cool. You know, I mean, there you go, 50-0 with WBC. It's not like you're just some, you know, pro fighter from somewhere else. I mean, he's a WBC champ, and you know, the who's who. So it'll be interesting because he's still young too.
Oh,
right? He's 32 years old, so he could run that record up. I was just finding it interesting how some of these guys, because they're not the first ones. There's somebody else that went 50. Oh, yeah. That had 50 fights, or it was 50 wins maybe.
50 wins, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, realistically, that guy has to fight over in Asia, because Americans aren't bred to be 105 pounds. Like, you're 105 pounds at 12.
Exactly. No, for sure. That's why they're all over there, you know. So.
Exactly. Like, he has to fight over there, not unless they want to bring in 2 guys that Americans don't know. But I bet you in Thailand that fight sells out.
That's true. Yeah, because he's the man. So I gotta tell you though, I was pretty annoyed at first having to pay all this money to get a satellite dish, fucking TV I don't use. I'm on with Shaw trying to get the channels.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but the guy told me it'd be about $50 a month, plus the HBO for $15, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Then I get 15 other channels. Fine, set that shit up. I call in yesterday to get these channels because they're still not hooked up, right? Because I hadn't done it yet because we were away and whatever. So I call in to get the channels, tell the guy what I want. He's like, well, you're currently paying $89. I'm like, excuse me? And he goes, well, yeah, because you're on the medium package, you're on this, you're on this. I'm like, that motherfucker. So we figure everything out. He's like, oh, you got to be on this one to get your free install. I'm like, free install? I had to pay 400 feet of cable to drag it out into the backyard so that it could clear the trees, and I got a stand and all this shit shooting the satellite up. But anyway, the guy helps me out, hooks it up. After 6 months, I actually only pay $50 because they got me on the cheapest package. He did some creative editing and put like super channel. Basically, I just got the 5 channels I need or 4 channels I need: TVA Sports, HBO, I think the Fight Network, just cause, and then super channel. That's it.
You got all those the TSNs, right?
And then no channels. Yeah, I got the TSN 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
And or 5 or whatever. And then it's like $54 then. I'm like, all right, this is bad. But anyway, I programmed, did the PVR, and then sitting down watching it this morning, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna be addicted to TV again. I'm like, oh no. Like all I did was watch the boxing though, man. I'm not gonna get on there. But then Benjamin was excited because he loves basketball, loves playing NBA.
Yeah.
Or watching NBA. And so he's over at my dad's last night and they're talking about NBA. He's like, can I stay here to watch the game? I'm like, you can watch it at our house now too. He's like, oh yeah, because they forget that we even have it because they don't watch it, right? So I'm trying to keep it that way because we've been out in the yard playing like crazy. It's so nice out here. Getting a lot of yard work done.
Did you watch the fight before the Jacobs fight?
I didn't.
You should watch it. It was good.
I will. Yeah, I did. I fast forwarded it because I was just I had a lot of stuff I wanted to get done, and we ended up having a lot of extra people sleeping over last night, so I didn't end up watching the fight. So we were playing out in the yard till late, and then
a couple new girls.
Yeah. Rin and a girl slept over, and they were all snuggling up. The kids all. Yeah.
Like another adult.
No.
I was gonna say, you had a 3-way. Nice, good for you.
No, nothing like that, man. No. She's on the couch with one girl. One of the other ones slept in Amelia's bed, and they had a little snuggle up. And Benjamin was his own, and I was downstairs, and so it was good. I woke up, had pancakes this morning, and it's like one big happy family.
Hey,
kind of
at the Costco. You shop at Costco, right?
Oh yeah.
So they have a pancake mix there, and it's a protein pancake mix. It's called Power Cakes.
Okay.
But you should get it. It's good.
What kind of protein's it made with?
It's 100% vegan.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, it's not.
No, I know it's not.
But yeah, watch the Big Baby fight because Big Baby's legit, and he called out like Wilder and Joshua too after. So it's there's some heavy hitters in the heavyweight division, but the guy he fought was fucking tough. Took some bombs.
I'll watch it tonight.
Talk
about it later.
Because we got a bunch of fights that are going to be going on this weekend. We've got the Up and Comer series. We got Triple G. Who else is fighting? There's another one. I texted them to you. I can't remember now. But there's a lot there's a lot of boxing that goes on that we don't even fucking know about. I watch it all. But who the fuck is fighting? Cocklicker.
Ryan Garcia versus Jason Valez.
Yeah, that's a good fight. That's Friday.
Triple G fight, and then Showbox is next Friday, and then Lomachenko.
Yeah, Lomachenko and Linares is legit.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you'll be excited to watch Lomachenko. You love him. Well, we can get the fuck off of this one, and we can go talk to Kevin the Soul Assassin Ross. As a pre-recorded thing. The audio's a little bit choppy on it. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Not on our end, on Kevin's end a little bit, but we always got to have the first guest of the year on. We don't really matter. It doesn't really matter what the audio is like. You can still see his face on the YouTube. If you guys want to get a hold of us, you can go over to www.tsolpodcast.com. All our email information and social media shit's over there. I'm at Bad Guy Boxing, and then there's a Spice of Life podcast on Facebook. What's your horny
The
vegan?
Duke underscore, hornyvegan.com. The Duke underscore Spicer on Instagram. And then, of course, you can follow us at the Spice of Life podcast on Instagram and check it out, especially over the next 6 weeks while we troll Simon Keane as much as possible almost every fucking day, because fuck that guy. Quebec fans that we got in here, we love you guys. We know you give mad love to the boogeyman, so keep that up. Keeps him hungry. He knows he's coming home and gonna throw down to become the rightful son of Quebec.
Oh, quick story about Simon Keane. I sent him a message yesterday after I tagged him in a meme. I said, Simon, why do you hate me so much? He responds back, because you're a dirty slut.
I love Simon.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Spice of Life podcast. Today on the show, we've got a very special guest. He was the guest of the year in 2017. He also has a big fight coming up. He's the Bellator kickboxing champion. It's Kevin the Soul Assassin Ross.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Kevin?
Now, what is this picture we have in the background over here? Did you paint that?
No, some old thing. I think my dad had it made for some TV show he was doing way back in like the 90s.
Well, I thought I was going to get an interesting response from that, but it didn't happen.
Right. I should have made something up for you.
There you go.
So,
So Kevin, you've got a huge fight coming up with in Bellator with Gabriel Varga. You guys have wanted to fight for a long time. This is
I remember
July.
back in the amateur days, we were kind of talking about a possible matchup, and kind of followed him a little bit back then, and it's been a long time coming.
So when will you head out to Rome?
I don't know, probably like early in the week of the fight. I usually get out there like Monday or Tuesday when the fight's on Saturday.
it's a very interesting fight because you guys have been kind of top of the food chain in that weight class forever now. Like, I've known Gabriel for probably 10 or 12 years. Like, when I lived in Victoria, I was at Zuma Martial Arts and he was at Island MMA as an amateur kickboxer, and everybody's talking, oh, Gabriel's the shit. I was like, all right, well, I've never seen him. That's cool. But this is one of the most anticipated kickboxing fights this year. 100%.
Yeah.
You seem super excited.
Yeah. It's nice to finally be getting in there with someone that I look forward to fighting. I mean, I've had, I'm always excited to fight, but this is a different where I actually want. It's been a long time since really excited.
Well, that whole answer cut out on my end. I had no idea what you said.
I said, yeah, things are cool.
So when they present you with a fight, like, I know that you guys, this fight's been talked about for a long time, but what actually gets exciting for you about fighting Gabriel Varga?
Well, I mean, one it being a high level person, as well as stylistically a person that I enjoy watching fight. I mean, those are the people that I like to get in there with. Is people that I actually enjoy watching fight. I mean, I've been in there with quite a few people. I don't watch when they fight because they bore me. Not to say that they're not good, but they just they're not my kind of fighter. So when I'm in there with someone who's similar to me, like Yamato, like Thompson, guys like that, those were always my favorite ones, win or lose, because I'm enjoying it just as much as everybody else is.
Well, Luke is a kickboxing guy, so I kind of want to get his input on why this this fight is so anticipated?
Oh, it's like Kevin's already said. I mean, you guys have been at the top of the food chain for your weight divisions for quite a while, and the fact that you guys haven't fought ever is kind of amazing, actually. I mean, you fought the who's who of Muay Thai and kickboxing, and so is Gabriel. And the fact you guys haven't crossed paths until now is cool. But at least both of you guys are still at your prime. It's not like we're waiting on some of these super fights where it's like one guy is way past or you know, whatever. You guys are still both right there, so it'll be really interesting to watch. Do you know if this is going to be on the Bellator pay-per-view, or if they're showing it that day, or are they tape delaying it for a week? Have they said anything yet?
I'm not sure, actually. I know like the last few they've been doing liver anyway, as opposed to that week-long layoff in between. So I'm hoping this one will be live, or at least, you know, that same day, to where we're not having to wait to see it. But I'm not positive about that.
I also noticed that Gabriel's videos, he's been growing his hair out too. He's got his mullet going on, getting ready for this fight. You've got your hairdo going on. You know, you said you're just lazy, but I think you're gonna surprise us with something.
You never know. You know, sometimes I get some ideas, and then sometimes I'm just like, screw it, which is a nice option to have.
I think we're going to see purple in it. I like the purple. I like purple idea. It's good.
Yeah, I like purple too.
I think I've seen purple in your hair before in the past. Maybe. It was
Yeah, one time that was my comeback fight against Chris several years ago.
So yeah, I have a good memory. Yeah. So you fought not too long ago, and I guess it was probably a while ago at this point.
So time for me. It seems like forever.
Yeah, but what was the outcome of that fight? I believe you dropped a decision, correct?
Yeah, I lost a split decision. I had to go up and wait for that fight. So we fought at like, I think it was a 151. So yeah, he was a lot bigger than me, which, you know, is just an added thing. And, you know, I didn't really feel like myself there. He had really good style. Just kind of different rhythm, different timing, height and everything. Kind of stuff. I mean, it was still a good fight. I just didn't do enough. It was still close.
Well, it's always good to get in there anyway, and keep fresh. If you hadn't taken that fight, you would have had a seriously long layoff.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what it was about. It was like I didn't care about going up in weight. I just wanted to stay busy, and you know, it's kind of what I had to do. So, you know, I want to be in there as much as possible. I mean, even fighting regularly now is only like 4 fights a year, which is terrible for me. You know, like 6 to 8.
Well, you got to stay active and keep all of your tools sharp, because you never know when your girlfriend will just reach out and slap you, like on the social media there the other day. Wow.
Yeah, that's really why I train, is just to, you know, stay safe.
Yeah. That was some funny shit the other day.
You got to keep your hands up around her. She hits hard.
You don't got to tell me.
So
how's the book sale going?
Great, really great. Just got a new shipment of like 400 more. I'm actually trying to write another one. Go back to like the beginning of my career, or right before I started training. You know, and I'd like to kind of go throughout my career. You know, the different crazy stories and journeys I've had, the different fights, and I think I mentioned it before. I plan on doing a series of books that eventually you could all put together into one book. But so this Saenchai fight is kind of in the middle of my career, or towards the second half of my career anyway. So I'm trying to go back to the beginning, kind of give people an idea of how I started, where I came from, you know, and that kind of thing. But doing that, as well as trying to send all these out and deal with that and train and everything, it takes its toll, you know, and I'm doing what I can, but it keeps me pretty busy.
So you get the photo, so that make a hard copy, so that when all the books are done, it can be a photo your
Yeah.
infamous meme photo. That should be what's on the side of the book, I think. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's a badass photo, man. I don't care. Like, I know it's been made into a meme, but it's like that shows some serious grit and determination, you know, from overcoming that for that fight.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that would be cool. And then when you get Saenchai, it would be just right in the middle, and then it would just expand out as you get the book thing.
That's a good idea.
Ooh, I hope that happens. Now this time because you contacted me last time when you had the books in. I'm an idiot, and it was Christmas time, and I forgot. So this time I'm gonna buy one.
Well, I can't keep track, so I definitely forgot.
Well, you sent me a message, and it was Christmas, and I was like, oh and then it was February by the time I messaged you back. I was like, fuck, do you still have the book? No, they're all gone. All right.
Where can people order that book if they're listening or watching?
So I actually got a website going now to make it a lot easier. It's thesoulassassin.com. Because before I was doing everything through social media, and it was impossible just to keep track of the books as well as everyone else that messages me and stuff. So we got this site just for that, and now I got my shirts and things like that on there, as well as like I transferred my blogs over to that. So kind of that's just everything I have now. So soulassassin.com. There's you go to like think merchandise. That's where the book is. I think we got it hooked up now to where you can just buy them right off of that, as opposed to, you know, wait list and stuff. So that just started. So I think it's still
Nice. It's always helpful to have a website where you like, because I take it that you're actually like packaging and shipping all these books personally.
yeah.
Jesus.
I know.
You couldn't just get like an intern that you don't have to pay?
Well, I actually just hired my sister to help me out. So yeah, she's gonna be helping me. So that's gonna take some of the weight off. The problem is like so much of the stuff I do, like for me to delegate it to someone would actually cause me more work. You know what I mean? So it's tough, but I can't really have someone help me because I still have to tell them exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it, what I need. And I might as well just do it myself. I'm sure that'll get to a point one day that I can't, but right now it's just easier for me to do it myself.
It's a lot of work. Like I started a clothing line, and to keep up with that kind of nonsense, along with like training 3 times a day, and then trying to eat and fiddle around with my wife and play with my kid, packaging stuff. And so I have a place that does it for me now. I just, the hell with it. Like I can't be running to the damn post office every 10 minutes to ship a hat or a t-shirt.
Yeah, right.
Stupid.
Well, when you use one of those drop ship companies or something like that too, you can help with shipping because they ship so much too, right? Like I know when I clicked on and I was looking and clicking on everything the last time, figuring it out, I was like, I got to talk and figure it out because I think they wanted to charge because we're in Canada. It was like $35 or something was the click price for shipping. I was like, fuck me. I was like, that's insane. I was like, I got to talk to him to find out who's shipping that book. Because I said, if it goes to Kevin, that's fine. But my God, it's more than the book was. So I was like, can't be doing that.
Yeah, well, it's tough too because like single shipments of things through like the post office and stuff. It's like it's crazy how much it costs, you know, to ship overseas or not even overseas, even to Canada. Like I don't really understand why it's so expensive to get there. I mean, I know with the customs and stuff and that kind of thing, they have to you got to pay for it. So I don't know. I got to find a kind of better way so people don't have to pay so much to get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not cheap to send to the States. Like when I first started sending hats and t-shirts, it cost me like $17 to send something to California. I've got it whittled down to a nice $7 now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So there's a thing in Canada you can sign up for if you're going to be shipping a lot, and then they give you a heavy discount, which is nice.
Okay, yeah, I probably need to look into something like that.
I don't know how it works.
Send a hat to Kevin in a big package, and then he can slip 2 books in it, and then say wrong address, return to sender, and then it'll get sent back there, and we won't have to pay for the weight of the books.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, Kevin's a bad guy, so I might send him one of these hats.
Nice, man. That was dope.
He might wear it. So in the mail, we actually sent you a nifty trophy.
Oh yeah, that
was
cool.
What'd you do with that?
I don't know. I lost it. No, I got it. I'm not home right now. I'm actually in Vegas right now. But yeah, I got it up on my shelf.
Nice.
That was cool. Appreciate it.
Oh, are you training down there or just a holiday?
Yeah. Well, both. I'm out here visiting my sister. I'm just here for the week. But yeah, getting training in out here as well.
So do you have your own room there?
My sister, she lives out here. She has her, and I usually stay with her. Chaz is out here too, so I got a lot of people I can crash with as opposed to having to like get a hotel room or something.
It's always handy on having to pay for stuff that you don't really need to.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I know people everywhere, so it makes traveling a lot easier.
So, what's next? Like, how soon is this fight?
July 14th.
We're like 10. We'll be 10 weeks out Saturday, so 2 days. We'll be 10 weeks out.
That's pretty quick. That's not long. 10 weeks. 10 weeks goes by like that.
Yeah, except when you've been waiting, what, 4 months now since my last one. So yeah, I mean, now we're finally in a point where, it's like, all right, now it's go time. So I'm really like, I've been training this whole time, but now I'm really like ramping it up and getting a lot more specific about that kind of thing. It's nice.
So being 10 weeks out, like when does camp actually start for you? Like I know a lot of guys will do a 6 or an 8 week camp, or are you just ready all the time?
I mean, I'm ready all the time. Regardless of what's going on, I always keep myself in a position to where I can relatively take a fight at a moment's notice, and I never get so out of shape where I need like 2 months. I mean, I could take a fight in a week or two, regardless of what's going on. But yeah, like the last, I'd say 8 weeks always is 6 to 8 weeks is definitely like, I'm like sprinting 100%. Everything's full. Even right now, it's, I'm just taking my time getting back in so I don't burn myself out too much, but still hitting it really hard. And just that's what's difficult for me is finding that balance of, because I always just push it as hard as I can, but I know in a time like this where I got all these weeks to work with, it can be a bad thing if I'm going too far out. So
yeah,
what's been tough with these breaks in between these fights is finding that timeline to where I'm ready to go come fight time, and not get so burnt out.
So like for a guy like you that's been in the game this long, like you're used to fighting back to back to back all the time. Does it get discouraging when you have to wait 4, 6, 8 months to get a fight? And
yeah,
extremely
discouraging. Even more so when I don't know for sure when that next one is. It's like, it's one thing. It's like, hey, your next one's not going to be for 6 months. All right, I'm going to go on vacation and like chill for a bit, but when you don't know, you can't take advantage of that time because it could be next month for all I know. You know what I'm saying? So I still have to train the same regardless of how much time I have left if I don't know the exact date of when that's going to be. So that makes things tough, and that it's a little discouraging. And it's kind of the good and the bad with being signed to one company is like, if I wasn't, I could just go get a fight somewhere else. I could go fly out to Thailand and fight tomorrow. But with this, I can't do that. It's nice, fighting for a great company like Bellator and having that. But you're also not fighting as regularly, and you gotta take the big fights as opposed to just whatever.
You just answered my question, I think, because Gabriel, like a while ago, Gabriel was still fighting over in China and a bunch of other stuff to stay active. So you have a different contract in place then with Bellator. Like you are exclusive with them.
I actually I can fight other places as well. But like I said, most of the times I haven't known about these long breaks because of, like last year I had that 9-month layoff, but that's because the card got canceled. And then this time I could have fought last month, but it was going to be just another random dude. I've done too much of that already. It's been like work.
Yeah.
So now I'm at a point where it's like, is it better to take the break or is it better to stay busy? What's the pros and the cons to both? And this was another thing. It's like, yeah, I want to stay busy, but do I want to get in there again with just a random person who has everything to gain and I have everything to do regardless of what happens, just to stay busy? Like, of course I want to,
Yeah, it would be different if it was somebody just to stay busy, but it was on a Bellator card and it was one of their guys where they're saying, hey, you know, we want you to fight this guy. We think that he's earned a spot, and at least there you're like, fine, I'll beat his ass, and then you still stay in the thing, and then it's still a decent exposure, and you know, assume a decent payday and all that kind of stuff. Different than just some small show to have a sparring match.
Right.
I think taking some of those fights in Bellator too is a little dangerous sometimes because the guys are good, but I don't know who the heck they are. Like, the guy that John Wayne Parr just fought, no idea who he was, but he was legit.
Yeah, we were just discussing this yesterday with a buddy of mine. It's like the last guy I fought, he had way more fights than I do, but most people never heard of him. You know, and he's a very high level guy, really quality guy. So again, you're in a situation where you are fighting high level people who nobody knows about. So on paper, it looks like you should just dominate this person when they don't realize, you know, that person might actually be better than you or more experienced than you know, or a different weight class than you. You know, those things don't get like brought up that much while it's going on. So people can only take in what they see and what is shown to them. Most people don't know the backstory of everything, and that they're just, you know, kind of ignorant to what's really happening.
When I tune into a Bellator card, like I know a couple names on the card, like I'll know you, or I'll know Gabriel, or I'll know John Wayne Parr. Those are the big names that I know that are involved in the company. And who's that other guy? He fought on the last one. He's awesome. Shit, I forgot his name. Raymond Daniels.
Oh yeah, Daniels. Yeah,
he's good. But I'll watch the whole card because I made the mistake by not watching all the fights before and missed something really cool.
Yeah.
So I watched the whole thing.
That's a good thing about Bellator is they always have quality matchups on there. It's not like they're just throwing out filler fights, which most promotions do that. So usually you can just skip right over all the undercard fights and things like that. But Bellator is one of the ones. I mean, I go in there and watch the amateurs fight.
Yeah. So when you deal with Bellator, do you deal with Scott Coker directly?
Oh yeah. I've known Scott for over 10 years.
It's no rumor, but everybody that's in combat sports says Scott Coker's the best promoter on the planet.
Hands down, he's not even in a league with anybody else. He's so far above what you can even consider a good promoter. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. It almost seems like something's wrong. Like it's fake or something. Like I said, I've known him for so long. It's just, it's crazy. But when you see it's like the differences of an amateur and then the highest fighter in the world. There's levels to this, and there's levels to everything. Unfortunately,
he was a savage on Twitter after the whole Conor McGregor incident, right? He put that tweet out, and he's like, "Hey, Conor, there's always a place for you over here." I was like, "Yeah."
Well, you see a lot of the guys going over there. It's just a different approach and mentality when you're fighting for a promoter who has your best interest in mind. Yeah. He at least knows that we're in this together, as opposed to just being you can get rid of it as soon as you want. So you kind of get that sense, that feeling from everybody, and you can feel it like at the fans and stuff, and just the energy that's in the air between everybody. It's like, we know, kind of feel like you're part of something.
Yeah.
Which is.
I feel like Scott Coker's a fighter's promoter, not the promotion's promoter. Like he'll go to war for the fighters and kind of get them what they need, as opposed to, as much as I hate to say it, more of like a UFC mentality where they're for the promotion. Yeah,
and I mean, he really is literally the only one I've ever known, that is like that. And it's kind of sad, but at least there's one.
Hey. If more promoters out there modeled themselves after Scott Coker, combat sports would be probably a better place at this point right now.
I tend to agree on that. Yeah, for sure.
So have you been doing any painting, any art?
Nah, I mean, I'm always doing like a little bit of art here and there, sketches and stuff, but I haven't done any real projects or pieces. I need to, though. But, it's one of those things, like, sometimes I'm struck with something that I really want to do and feel the need to do, and other times I'm not. So that's not something I can really force. You know, sometimes it shows up and sometimes it doesn't. So nothing's popped up yet. But I'm like itching to do something. I just haven't had inspiration for anything.
Kevin, did I talk to you about CBD therapy last time we talked on here?
You're asking the wrong person. I don't know.
I don't remember either. Well,
I feel like you mentioned it.
Probably did, but I'll just throw in a cheap plug right now. Guys, the podcast today is brought to you by Buds and Leaves. One of my favorite products from Buds and Leaves is the spray from Smile. This is a CBD extract spray. It's discreet. You spray it in your mouth like that old school breath spray back in the day. People thought they were slick pulling that shit out of their pockets and spray it in your mouth. Now you can be slick again and fix your injuries.
That's dope.
Yeah. I don't know if you use CBD or anything like that, but
yeah.
But I'm a big advocate for it. I use it on a daily basis.
Yeah, man.
Kevin
needs the Buddha stick too. Then
he does need the Buddha stick. Mine's out in the living room. The Buddha stick's like it's kind of like a deodorant thing, but you don't put it on your armpits. You put it on your injuries. So it's just it's like yeah, it's still, I like it. I hurt my hand last night. It doesn't hurt right now, which is kind of nice. But I layered the Buddha stick on there, rubbed it in real good last night, and it doesn't hurt.
Do they have like a Buddha shower or a bath? Because that's what I need. Like everything's jacked.
We could probably get like a whole bunch of it and melt it down and just throw you in the tub.
It'd be like that shit from that movie.
Like a new person.
Yeah.
It'd be like that assassin movie with what's her name and Samuel L. Jackson, where they just like get in that bath and they wake up and everything's good again. It'd be like that.
Oh, I need that so bad.
You just sore from training? Is that what it is?
I'm just sore from life, man.
You're in Vegas, man. There's lots of good places to get rubbed down there. You can get all massaged up and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, I've been fortunate to have a lot of good physical therapy people and masseuses and chiropractors and all that stuff. Like, that's what's kept me in this game as long as I have. But you still can only do so much.
Well, I feel like sports recovery is a 24-hour-a-day job. Like, I get up in the morning, you stretch, then you put on the shit that makes you feel good, and then you go beat yourself up, and then you go find the person that's going to fix that problem, and then you go do it all over again.
Yeah, it's a full-time job just staying healthy.
But how much fun do you have?
All the fun.
See? It's worth it.
I'm not complaining at all. You know, it's I wouldn't do anything else until I'm done, you know.
I know if I couldn't punch people in the face on a daily basis, life would be a lot worse.
Tough. Yeah, I would be, you know, all those times I was injured and had to take breaks from the gym and stuff, like I could sense just that like anger and hostility build. I'm like, I don't know how people get through the day. And, you know, it amazes me that people aren't just out there like blowing each other's heads off. It's pretty amazing that it doesn't happen more often, you know.
I'm surprised there's not more real clubs like Fight Club just popping up around the world, right? Where guys can come in and just train and beat each other up just so that they can get some frustration out, you know? I mean, seriously, it's such a good idea. I mean, it is. We saw a lot of that. What's that guy's name, Tanner, from the gym that we used to train with, where he would just come in, an older guy, right? Like, I mean, I say older, he's in his 40s. And he would just come in and everybody would just pound on him. He'd just walk forward with all the pro fighters and just take an ass kicking, and he just fucking loved it. Like, it was the weirdest thing. I mean, he was starting to get good. What's his name?
His name's Joel.
Joel, yeah, he had cancer and everything. Didn't even tell anybody.
No.
He was at the gym, just that was his mental, you know, fix. And yeah, Joel would just walk down punches and kicks in his face and keep going. And you're just like, Joel, like, I'm gonna hit you if you keep coming forward, man. Like, you gotta step back.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic, definitely. I think everyone needs it at some level, to hit and to be hit, at least a little bit, or at least to experience it once or twice. You know, it's people really have no idea what it's like, and then, you know, what it can do for you as a person. You know, I think it really clears out all the static that let in our minds and in our bodies. You know, it has a way to simplify everything and make things clear.
Well, I know for myself, I like to get cracked in the head like real hard every once in a while, just to bring me back down a little bit.
Yeah. Keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah, let's just calm down here a little bit. Let's stop making memes about fucking Conor McGregor online, and but it's a different thing now. Luke is in a different boat now because he's retired from professional fighting now, and he's now a bodybuilder.
Oh yeah, great. How's it going?
It's not very good. You know what's interesting is you talk about that stuff though. It was hard, man, to get like I had three fights fall through last year, a week before the fight. So I went through 3 full fight camps and they both canceled. So I went a whole year, I haven't fought. And you know, talking to everybody, we're going into summertime. It's busy again for my 2 other businesses, and I'm like, man, I can't afford another 6 months. You know, we were in talks with Lion Fight and stuff to fight in July or possibly in October. And it's like, I can't keep doing this. And I had always said when I retired from fighting, I would do a bodybuilding show. I just really wanted to, because that was always the struggle for me, was eating. Like, you can get in, you don't need to have abs to knock a guy out and look good. As long as you knock him out, you still look good. So it was something for me, a personal challenge. I've always been about, you know, challenging myself. So I said, yeah, I'll make the switch. And as you're talking about getting in, being in the gym, and I'm like, yeah, I missed that. But before that, when you were talking about being sore, it just dawned on me. I'm like, I feel good. I haven't been to no physio. I haven't been to no massage place. Like, there's nothing that aches on me. I'm like, other than my elbow from one of the last times I sparred, I missed the guy. And that was the last time I sparred, and I got dropped right after that. And you know, we went at it even more, and it was like, yeah, I got offered to come, you know, do some sparring on the weekend, and I was like, nah, man, I'm busy. I'm good, you know? And so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I should try it.
Yeah. Go for it, man.
You should try, because you'll probably get lit up at this point, too. You've been out for so long.
Oh, wow. It's been like 2 months. Yeah.
If you do go do it, videotape it.
Well, that's the thing, though, is the guys that I've been sparring with, like they're getting ready for nationals right now, right? Like for the amateur Muay Thai World Championships down in Mexico. So they're in like full fight camp mode. And I mean, I'm gonna be a fucking punching bag if I go down there. Like, even regularly, even if I was training, you know. So it's like I said, I got to go to one of the smaller gyms first and get some practice rounds in before I go up to Edmonton and fight with some killers. So
you can come up here, do boxing rounds with me.
Yeah, how's that gonna help me with a Muay Thai matchup?
It's not.
My biggest fear, like, so you're still active, right? So when you're off of it for so long, and then you go back to the gym and you have some really good sessions, and you're like, fuck, maybe I should come out of retirement again. That's what I'm worried about.
That's the problem, man. That's the hard part. You know, you get that glimpse, and you know, they got to do it or not. You got to kind of make that decision, especially if you can physically still do it. You know, it's different too, because just because you feel good doesn't mean you're going to feel good in an actual fight.
Yeah.
So,
well, that too.
You can kind of have a skewed perspective of where you're at now, just because your body feels better. You know, me and Eddie were talking the other day. It's like, yeah, when I'm off, like, I feel really great. Like, my body doesn't hurt. But I'm like, yeah, you're also doing almost nothing. Of course, your body feels great. You're not trying to take it to a 10 anymore. Now you're down at like a 2.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, movement feels good. My back doesn't hurt. I'm like, yeah, but you're basically just standing or sitting now, not running around. Of course, your body feels great.
Yeah. But it's a hard thing to come back from a long layoff. Like, Kevin, you've been injured before. I've been injured. Luke, you're retarded. Like, so it's a hard thing to come back from a long layoff, especially getting back into that routine of doing things. Now, I don't know how many times a day you train, Kevin, but I'm guessing it's more than once.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. Yeah.
But to jump off of that routine and then come back is hard.
Yeah, it's particularly when you realize like where you're at and where you need to get to. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore. That for me, that was one of the toughest parts after I blew my knee out. It's like I got to a point where I could walk again and function, But like to see how long it took just to get there, and then to look at the where that next level was, I'm like, I don't know. Like I really understood why so many people only heal to a certain degree and just quit, because it's like it's not worth it.
So I'm doing that thing right now because I've had 2 knee surgeries in the last year. I'm able to go into the gym now and put in work, but last week I was doing ladder drills, like footwork drills on the ground, and my knee blew up. Like it was huge, and I was like, oh fuck, god damn it, I'm gonna have to go in and do another one. But I iced it up, and the swelling went down, and it hasn't bugged me since. But I got super nervous about it.
Yeah, it's scary, man, but it's part of the game.
Totally.
Yes.
It is. I mean, you gotta have that. I mean, you're gonna get sore, but it's like what you said too, right? If you're going to go and train, and then you're like, well, how do I feel in a fight, right? You'll push through that in a fight, if you can. I mean, if you blow your knee, no, but these little tweaks and little injuries. But then you get tagged when you're sparring or something. You're like, you don't know, but then you flick that switch. You're like, okay, we're fighting. I'll get through the rest of the rounds, and then you get home and you're like, fuck, why'd I do those 8 other rounds after I already hurt myself? Like now my hand really hurts, or my leg or my shin or whatever else. So
yeah.
When you're sparring and getting ready for a fight, Kevin, how hard are you sparring?
Nowadays, not at all. Back when I was first getting started, I was fighting every day for years and years. The longer I've been doing this, the smarter I've gotten, the more technical I've gotten.
Yeah.
Relaxed, and my ability to keep my sharpness and everything doesn't have so much to do with just going out there and fighting.
Yeah.
Like it used to. I do feel there's a need for that to some extent. Learning how to take and give punishment, as well as cover and all those things are very important. But the longer you do this, it's like where that is. It doesn't take long to get that. You don't need to constantly check that.
Yeah.
So much more technical work these days. I mean, even my hard sessions are probably half of what they used to be. Unless I just feel like I need to go in there and go. I will have those, and it's like, yeah, I need that hard push. And I need you guys trying to mess me up.
Yeah.
So come in there and take me out, and I need to be able to survive that. Like a lot of times I do that on my Shark Tank and stuff, where I have 6 different guys rotating in on me every 30 seconds or a minute. I'm like, you guys got to try to make me quit.
Yeah.
And for me, I just flip that around. I'm like, I'm gonna make all of you quit, because that's the kind of mentality you have to have. I'm like, there's no way you're gonna make me quit. I don't care how fresh you are. I need to make you feel like I should feel like I'm the one dying. Like I want to make you feel here on 30 seconds.
Yeah. Well, those
we never did.
Go ahead.
What's that?
Say we did a Shark Tank thing on my buddy Tim there not long ago when he's getting ready for his last fight out east. But because there wasn't enough guys to spar with him, I was the only guy. Yeah. His other, basically his main training partner and coach, who's still actually about 30 pounds lighter than him. He's technically so good, and he's actually way better. He can still push the pace, but it's still not the same, right? I mean, when you're 185 fighting a guy that's 155, it's so different. So he actually held pads. So he held pads for a minute, and Tim was cracking the pads, and then we sparred for a minute. Or no, it was 30 seconds. He did 30 seconds of pads, then we sparred for a minute, then 30 seconds of pads, then sparred for a minute. So I actually had a 30-second rest while he was cracking the pads, so that then I could just, come forward again, go really, really hard. It really was kind of neat to see him, and then of course they did hard shots on the pads, so he was extra tired. It was cool to see his conditioning pull through that, and because obviously you're hitting way harder on pads, and you're gonna hit even though you're going hard, you're still not hitting a guy that hard when you're sparring him.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Kevin, what kind of gear do you use? I've been having a lot of problems with gloves lately. I've been using Ravel gloves for a really long time, but I don't fucking use them anymore now because it hurt me. But what are you hammering pads with?
I'm actually my 10 ounce ones. I actually use the ones I fight in. I have these Leones from one of the Italy fights, which I really love. sparring and stuff, I actually use the Triumph gloves, which I love. And I'm like I'm probably the pickiest person in the world when it comes to gloves because I've busted my hand so many times. I love their those Death Eater, those black and red sparring gloves they got. Those are probably my all-time favorite gloves I've ever had. They're lace up 10-ounce ones are nice too, but they're a little thin. I really need that firm protection. They just introduced a new line. I don't know what the name of it is, but another kind of lace up ones that are really nice. But I haven't got to work with them much yet, but I'm gonna start trying them.
I'm kind of picky with gloves too. Some of them are good. Some of them are good for about 3 days.
Yeah.
And then some are good for a week, but then some are really, like, if winning gloves, they're friggin' expensive. They're like $400 for a pair of gloves. They're the best on the planet. But I'm not buying $400 gloves because, knowing my luck, my dog will eat it or something.
Yeah, it's. I think it's one of the things that you'd think there'd be more quality gloves out there, and that's one of the harder things to find. You know, the gloves that fit right, that feel right, that you don't have to break in for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with fighting is worse because you don't really have a choice. It's like, there's the gloves, use them. You know, and some of them, like, your hands open, and like, what do you expect me to do with this?
Or, like, MMA gloves are the worst because they're all different. So, like, the UFCs are straight, and then the old Pride gloves were the best because they had a curve in them where you couldn't poke people in the eyes. But we had a promotion in Canada called MFC. It was run by a gentleman named Mark Pavlich. And those gloves were basically made out of, like, croc material. Like, they were terrible. It was basically punching people with bare fists.
Yeah.
But,
well, that sounds great, actually.
Well, yeah, it's great if you're throwing the punches as long as you're not getting hit.
Don't get hit, man.
That's the name of the game, though, isn't it? Don't get hit.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
I'm not very good
How's
at
that
that.
going for you? Yeah, I'm not either. I got hit too many times. Yeah.
Well, we can wrap this up for today, Kevin. Best of luck with your fight. We'll be watching it, obviously. I'm probably going to record it, too, so I can watch it again. And then we'll probably talk about it on the show, and we'll tell everybody what Gabriel did wrong and why he lost.
That's funny.
I was gonna say, do you have any closing remarks where you can shit talk Gabriel? Because you guys are both so respectful. It's like, maybe we can get Kevin to say something bad. I'm gonna tell him that Gabriel said some really nasty stuff about him, and then see. But nobody will believe that shit anyway.
Yeah, he's a really good guy, and I really want to beat him.
Do you have any sponsors or anything you want to shout out before you get out of here?
Oh yeah, just the usual: Monster, Triumph, On It. You can get my shorts at Muay Thai Addict. Action Pro Gear still doing my walkout shirts. And you can get my book, soulassassin.com, and that's got links to all of my sponsors on there as well. So,
Okay.
Shopper.
Is it the Soul Assassin or is it the Soul Assassin? It's not like your Instagram.
I got it right this time. I was super surprised it was even available. I felt like I had checked before, and you know, my buddy was hooking this site up for me. He's like, "Yeah, I got this." I'm like, "How did you get that? I don't understand." He's like, "I don't know. It was there."
I feel like that's something that somebody would have bought when the internet first started, like the soulassassin.com. It's pretty simple, but it's a good URL.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of it ever.
Yeah, I would keep that until the end of time. All right, Kevin. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Hopefully,
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully, we can connect with you after the fight again.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
I don't know.
Good. Have a great time in Vegas.
I will. Thank you.
Bye.
Later.
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. The medicine go down in the most delightful way. I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you.
All right, it's 10 minutes with the Boogeyman.
What is going on?
Well, you just filmed the TV show.
I did, yeah. I filmed the documentary. It still amazes me, but that people from Quebec, like, they really support their athletes, man. It's fucking cool. They, like, full-on television network, you know, like, they followed me around for 3 days. They came to my fight. They came to my house. They came with me to Parksville. Because they kept saying, they're like, yeah, we want to see what your day's like. I was like, well, get ready to fucking roll. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, geez, I keep a pace. And they're like, all right. And I don't think they really knew what to expect. So they kept dividing the time up. They'd send one guy, they'd send another guy. They'd send Julie would come check it out for like an hour, but they couldn't all keep pace with me all day.
Well, how many people did they have there?
They had 3. So they had Réjean Tremblay, who's like one of the most respected writers in Quebec. He writes movies, he writes TV shows. He, what else does he do? Yeah, he writes for the paper, sports. He wrote crime. Like, he's very well respected. He's a cool guy to talk to. He's been around forever. Like, he knows everybody. Like, covered all the famous Formula One drivers, all the hockey guys, like Celine Dion. Like, they're going off. So I learned a lot about Quebec on our travels.
That's cool because we did get to meet them at the fight.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet, right?
Yeah, they're fun. I got a kick out of them. I thought they were hilarious.
Yeah. So I thought they were cool as fuck.
They were very interested in the Boogie Child.
Oh, what did they say? What were they asking?
Well, I needed to give them a release to put her in the show.
Oh, I guess so, right? How old is she now?
She's 8.
Oh, great. She's getting old.
She is getting old. She's not quite 8 yet. She's still 7.
Yeah, she will sign off on that stuff on her own.
Yeah, so they were very interested in her. And then they seem very impartial. Like, they're good at their job.
They are, because they actually kept saying that, too, because they're just like, look, like, we really like you, but we like Simon, so we're going to try to be, like, as neutral as we can. You know, this is our job. We can't really say too much negative stuff here and there. And, you know, they did. They were pretty cool, right? So they got to know me, and they saw I'm not a crazy person. I think everybody in Quebec thinks I'm fucking crazy, but I'm not.
100%.
And maybe I am. I don't know. But yeah, no, they're pretty cool, right? They gave me some insight into what's going on over there. They gave me all the gossip. That's the best part.
Well, I know that they're going to be listening to the show today, and I'm going to tell them right now that they're not going to have as much fun with Simon filming his portion as they did when they filmed the Boogeyman.
I don't know. Well, they already filmed him a little bit actually in England. They flew over to England and they did a little documentary on him. So I think they kind of know what to expect. But no, we had a blast.
So just for everybody, they're going to know Adam's portion of the show is going to be called The Boogeyman, which is going to be good. And Simon doesn't even get a portion named after him. They're just calling it the Road to Shawinigan.
Yeah, Shawinigan. Yeah. Well, I think they're going to actually do another one maybe with the clips that they have and do like a combined documentary next month. I'm not sure. I kind of misunderstood. I'm not 100% sure. I actually thought they were coming back to film more training and stuff, but I guess they got kind of what they need.
That's cool that happened. I like it.
Yeah, you know, it's good to get behind guys in sports. You know, people in Canada, you know, they follow hockey, but holy fuck, our hockey guys boring. Like, I don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like, you talk about the driest, most corporate, washed down dudes. Like, that's what you get. Like, literally, I think you could probably just copy and paste every post-game interview of the last 10 years, and pretty much the same thing. You know, it's like, oh, right on, you know, we got to, you know, the front line's going to push hard, and, you know, we went out there, we gave it our all. It's just like, holy fuck, man. And it's like, you know, like you step into the boogeyman world, you're going to shake shit up a little bit.
So before we talk about the fight that you just had, I want to take you into a little bit of a time machine on the show.
Yeah, let's do it. Time machine time. Time
So,
machine. Where are we going?
Your first appearance on the Spice Life podcast was episode 34.
I have no idea. I don't even remember.
It was a very long time ago. And because this is episode 159.
Fuck, we've been doing this for how many weeks is that? For
It's over a year, man. Like, well over a year. And then the first episode of 10 Minutes with the Boogeyman was episode 42.
yeah, that's 120 weeks.
Yeah.
That's almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Damn, right on. Fuck, we got to know each other pretty good over this time.
I think so.
Yeah. Cool. We should have like an anniversary party or something.
We should. The 1 year anniversary. Well, I guess it would be past the 1 year anniversary already.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll party in Shawnigan.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about the fight that just went down on the 28th.
Yeah, that guy was fucking tough.
He was tough.
You know what? I was actually really impressed with him. He, to be all honest with you, I was kind of spending more time getting ready for Simon, and you know, it put me a step behind, which is we kind of anticipated that. You know, like we knew what this guy had to offer. Him and Paez were pretty much the same guy. This guy, I think, was a little bit younger, a little bit hungrier, and he was slick, but I was hesitating. Right, I made him look a little bit better than he was, I think, which is fine. I needed the rounds, I needed the experience, and after the fight, I was kind of mad at myself. And you know, Rich was like, "Why are you mad?" He's like, "That was a great learning experience. No matter what happened," he goes, "You won. You had a great knockout. You didn't take any damage." And he goes, "You know, you're healthy. And now we get ready to fight Simon. We got 4 good hard rounds, right?" So,
Yeah. Well, so like, I think most people thought you were going to mow through him pretty quickly due to his stature.
yeah.
But he was a tough guy. Like I said on the Tuesday episode, I thought you shined him up a little bit better than he was.
Well, yeah, and he's slick, right? He used what he had, right? Like he didn't really mount like a dangerous offense. Although he did hit me more than pretty much my last 5 fights combined, I think.
Yes.
And you know, he did what he tried to do. He tried to tire me out, trying to make me miss. And you know, I'm stupid. Like the more I miss, the harder I try to punch. And you know, I should have gone to the body more, but you know, I was happy, and it was a great show. The people of Edmonton were like super receptive. Like everybody was coming up, we were signing autographs, taking pictures, and you know, I think people got excited about the fights again, which I think is the best part of that whole thing.
Yeah. Well, the other bonus to it is now we don't have to wait anymore for Simon.
No, thank God, right? Like you posted a meme today, and I was just like, holy fuck! We've been making memes for like a year now.
Yeah, like the lead up for this fight's been well over a year at this point.
Yeah, and then he's like trying to recycle my fucking jokes and my threats and my bets, and like I'm like, man, like be original. Like he tried to bet me $20,000, and I was like, dude, I already tried to bet you like a year ago, last summer, I made him a bet, and I just said, bet me your house, bet me your car, bet me your entire purse, okay? Bet me your fucking entire purse. And everything in your bank account. I was like, man, we're gonna play for keeps. Let's play for keeps, man. And he declined. So then he comes at me with like a lesser bet. Like that's somehow supposed to get in my head and intimidate me. It's like, dude, I already called you on your bullshit. I said, let's bet the house, man. I don't give a fuck about money. I was like, let's go, you know. And he declined, and nobody talked about it. And then he comes out and he's like, well, I'll bet you $20,000. It's like, well, no, like tell me how much you're making. Well, bet first, dude. I guarantee you're making a lot more than I am.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, he doesn't want to do it because he's not like me. Like, he won't sell out. That's why I'm going to beat him, right? He won't, you know, like, I was talking to Manny Montreal about this. Like, you know, it's like, I don't save any energy for the swim back. If you and I are going to have a race out in the middle of the ocean, I'm not going to save any energy to swim back. You know, like, I'm going to win that race, and I'm going to drown trying. And like him, like, you can tell by his language, like, he plays everything safe. Like, obviously, he can afford $20,000. I can't. I go all or nothing. That's it.
Well, I did put on there that I would put the $20,000 up. Now I feel that I don't even need to have it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Well, he didn't even respond. He's an idiot.
No, it was
You
Crickets.
know.
Crickets Online.
Yeah, and it's just like he does all that, and then he doesn't like follow up on it. It's like, dude, like when I say stuff like I'm serious, right? Like everybody asks, they're like, oh, do you hate Simon? Do you hate this? I said, well, yeah. I go, I don't know him, but yeah, of course I am. He's got what I want. I got no other choice. You know, like if I want to continue on, it's not like you know, a career in some like whatever television, like whatever it is, the corporate world where you're just like, oh, you know, I'll just kind of wait this out. And, you know, like I'll wait for my opportunity. I'll get a promotion if I just do my job. Like, no, man. Like if I want a promotion, I gotta go fucking whoop someone's ass. You know, and I gotta go beat the dude ahead of me. And it's like, yeah, I hate that dude because you know he's got what I want. You know, I gotta be able to eat. Like this is the first time in my life where I'm not going into debt. You know, fighting. Like I'm just able to break even now and save a little bit because I got to pay for all my own training camps. So I'm sitting there listening. This guy gets a fucking salary. You guys are getting Rolexes. I'm like, wow, must be nice. I want to know what that's like. And if I got to beat your ass to do it, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Well, the reason I brought up the time machine because episode 42, on the first 10 minutes with the Boogeyman, you know what we talked about?
Simon Keith.
Yes.
What are we talking about? Do a sound clip or anything?
I could probably put a sound clip in here. We talked about Simon Keane, how you wanted that fight. Dylan Carmen.
Yeah, fuck Don Carmen. He fell off the face of the earth. He's fighting somebody I ranked at 500 in the world or something.
Yeah, terrible fight. And you called out Chris Norad on that show as well.
Yeah, fuck Chris Norad, man. He's hiding. Fucking beat his ass after this fight. Fuck.
So we've literally got 6 weeks to Shawnigan.
Yeah, that's why I'm driving to go train right now. I have to get ready.
Yeah, 6 weeks, which is going to be the quickest turnaround that I think we've seen each other for fights.
Quickest turnaround for what, sorry?
That we've seen each other for fights. Like
yeah, I guess so, yeah. 'Cause I haven't seen you since December.
Yeah.
I fought in Montreal, and then right back to Edmonton. Yeah, I guess we're usually a few months apart, but this one's only 2. We're styling.
This is good. I like it. So we're getting a house when we go there, Luke and I.
Yeah. Tickets are selling quick, and so are apartments and stuff. I heard there's some B&B, Airbnbs that are available.
Yes, that's what we got, Airbnb.
Yeah, nice. Oh, so you guys booked it already?
Oh yeah, we're on top of things. We're not. I don't want to be sleeping outside when I get there in a tent. That would suck.
No, definitely not.
But it's very exciting. I think the build up to this fight is probably going to be fairly big.
Well, there's gonna be a lot of emotion. I don't think people realize like the amount of build up in this. Like, here's the thing. This is not a mismatch.
No.
This is an Olympic boxer with 10 times more fights than I do. Versus like the tough guy, right? The underdog. Like, I'm fucking Rocky, and he's Dolph Lundgren or Ivan Drago or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But really, I'm Ivan Drago. But it's a matter. We have the exact same number of fights. I'm gonna bug him too because our records are gonna be the same after we fight. I'm gonna be 14-1, and so is he. And that'll be that. But this is like he's 6'5", 6'6". I'm 6'5", 250. He's 250, 245. Like we're pretty much identical, other than he's got a little bit better pedigree, and I'm a lot fucking tougher.
I think what the fight's gonna come down to is heart.
Yeah, it's gonna have to. Here's the thing. I don't underestimate him at all. I think he underestimates my boxing. I don't underestimate his heart or his grit. I'm gonna assume that he's gonna fight for his life because this is a make or break fight for both of us, right? Like this establishes both of us in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah.
And so, I assume that he is gonna fight very hard, and I'm gonna have to outwill him, and that's the place where I like to be.
Well, this is the biggest heavyweight fight that I can remember, except for maybe the Ken LaCusta fight that happened. I can't remember who he fought now.
George Foreman, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken LaCusta, yeah. And even that, though, that's a bit of a mismatch in some ways, right? Like, Ken put up a really good fight, this is an even fight. So people are like, what the fuck is going to happen, right? And I think that's pretty cool. They were talking about, they had a fight in Quebec. It was Battle of the Titans or something like that. They called it something to do with the Titans. There was two local guys, identical size, both tough guys, and they ended up fighting there, and people were sitting in the rafters at the same stadium. So there's a lot of history in Shawi. I think they pronounce it Shawi. Julie, if I'm right, send me a text. It's in Shawinigan that goes back a long time. Like, this is a fighting province. People take this shit very seriously, and so this is, like this shows like people are gonna be hanging out of the rafters.
100%. I feel like your training camp is going to be taken to the next level this time too.
Yeah, fucking Rich is talking about some bullshit. Like, I gotta run before he goes to work, and I'm like, dude, you're at work at like 6 o'clock. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, so you're gonna come watch me run around the track? He's like, yeah. I'm like, fuck it.
Oh shit! So you're gonna have to go at like 5.
Yeah, that's gonna be my life.
That doesn't sound exciting.
I'm pretty excited about it. I'm just gonna start looking at masseuses or whatever, and acupuncture in freaking Parksville. Like, this whole training camp's gonna be not gonna be easy, but you know what? It's gonna be fun.
I'm excited for it. I can't wait. Well, what I want to talk to you about now is we were missing a teammate in Edmonton. That was Dario Berdician.
Yeah, how about his panic text messages? I love that.
Did you? I sent you that. That was insane.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
I was 3 minutes late.
Ha!
It just
tripping. He's like, I'm not losing. Yeah, well, it shows how much he appreciates the podcast, right? He takes it quite seriously, obviously.
He's never late. He's always early. He takes it very seriously. And gets very upset if I'm late.
I like that.
Hey, somebody's got to give me trouble.
Fucking right, Swims.
Because unfortunately, Luke the vegan can't.
Yeah, well, Luke, he's hot to trot right now. You see a lot of pep in his step, right? He's got some good things going on, and he forgot about the podcast.
He did forget about the podcast. We didn't see him very much at KO Boxing.
No, he's got more. I think he was out shopping for persons or something.
We didn't actually see each other all that much. We had breakfast. What else did we do?
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, when you come with the fam jam, I understand you got to kind of be on your best behavior.
Yeah,
and, you can't be running around with me causing shenanigans. But I was on my best behavior this trip too.
You were locked in your room, and you had to give your phone away like 24 hours before the fight.
Yeah, 100%.
I seen the Instagram post that your phone was leaving, so I was like, well, I'm not even going to bother texting him. I'll see him at the fight card.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, sorry guys, like, I got to focus. So that's the big part of it, right? You look at guys, like their personal lives can fuck them up. So I don't have a personal life, so I was just like, here, take my phone, Rich. And he was like, good idea. Stay out of trouble, I just read my book, watched my iPad, went to sleep.
Yes.
I felt good. I felt focused, right? So I think we're going to go on the same protocol for Simon. And, that'll be that.
So I think for the next Edmonton show, because I believe that you will be going in September for KO Boxing. I think that's probably going to be a thing. I'm going to change something about my look when I show up, because I got mistaken for you more times than I liked.
Well, let's not get drastic. Like, you're not going to do anything drastic. Like,
maybe shave like one eyebrow off or something.
That'd be good. Yeah, I do have well manicured eyebrows. That would be quite noticeable.
Yeah, that would be. But I walked into the press conference and people were shaking my hand and saying, "Hello, Mr. Braidwood," and I was like, "Well, I'm not him. I'm not him."
I like that. I feel the old switcheroo there. We got to look over there.
I was gonna see like if you would sit in the back and I would just go sit in your seat, and the people that know us would know the difference, obviously, but everybody else wouldn't.
I would love you to do the press conference for me.
How fun would that be?
I think it'd be fucking fantastic.
That'd be great. Or people think that we're related.
People what?
Or people think that we're related.
Oh yeah, that's standard.
That's fine though. We kind of
Well,
embrace that.
I think they would think that anyway, just based on our personalities.
Yeah, we're kind of a lot alike, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, whatever. Fantastic beards. The beards is what does it, obviously.
Yeah, the beard is, classic deception, right?
Yeah. So in episode 42, this is why I'm doing the flashback.
Yeah.
We discussed beards on that show and how I unfriended you and deleted your phone number when you shaved your beard. Just like how I unfriended you and deleted your phone number when you shaved your beard.
Oh, when I shaved my beard.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We couldn't be friends after that anymore. But then you grew it back.
Yeah, I grew it back like the next week.
Yeah. And then we're all good again.
That was hard. My boss came in. He said, "Hey, you're taking this course. I'm sorry you got to shave your beard," and I almost quit.
What course?
I had to wear like a face shield or whatever, like one of those respirators for abatement. So I was removing asbestos from the construction site.
Thank fuck you don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, it's not that fun.
No. So when you went right back home, did you get right back into Studio 4 and start doing your personal training again?
Yeah, I got up at 5. I got home at 5 on Sunday. I slept for an hour. Like I don't sleep after my fights. Like an hour or two if I'm lucky. We got up. We flew back. We had to check out the hotel at 11. I think I went to bed at about 4. I got up at like 8.
Jeez.
And just kind of like laid in bed for an hour or two, and then Rich and I went to the airport early because we had to fly out. We had to be there at 1 to fly out at 2. Got back to my house about 4. Went and bought groceries, did my laundry, unpacked everything, slept for about an hour. Then I was wide awake all night. Got up at 5. Had a group in the morning. Had about 6 or 7 clients. We had to film the documentary, and then we drove up to Parksville. I trained, drove back, got up the next morning, which is, yesterday. I trained people all day, worked, then went to Vancouver first thing in the afternoon, interviewed with my parents, and, came right back, and then, I think we got back around 7 or 8. I got all my food ready, and then went to sleep, got up today, did the exact same thing. Now I'm driving to Parksville.
Jeez. Fucking busy.
Yeah, I don't really sleep or anything.
Did you see Brian Colwell's meme that he dropped today?
That was actually impressed. But then he screwed it up because then he was wearing that fucking Darth Vader mask and his white sunglasses. And Uncle Ron had. I was like, man, this is what happens when you don't supervise your kids. I was like, how did you get this whole ensemble on so quickly? It was just like, I should understand like where it all came from. I was like, man, this is an aggressive look. Like, you really committed to this fucking look.
Yeah, if Brian does something, he goes full bore.
Oh yeah.
2 feet deep. But so when's the move to? Are you actually going to move to Parksville for this camp?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get up there May 14th.
Oh, that's pretty soon then.
Yeah, I'm looking for an apartment or Airbnb right now. Just trying to get something lined up for a month, give it a shot, and then see how this fight goes, and kind of just take it from there.
So you would stay up there for basically like 4 weeks.
Yeah, about a month. Yeah,
that's not bad.
At least fly out early, and we're gonna be at an undisclosed location, training in back.
Yes, I did hear that today that you will be flying out fairly early. We will be receiving your itinerary from Coach Rich.
Okay.
And wherever you will be in that town.
Sweet.
Well, we're pretty much booking Airbnbs wherever it's going to be fitting that we can be.
Perfect.
But what the fuck are you going through right now?
What's that?
I said, what are you going through right now? Like some major construction?
Yeah, we have some construction going on here. They're adding on to Malahat.
Oh, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, it's all backed up.
Well, we can get out of here for today, but do you want to shout out your sponsors?
Yeah, we got Buds and Leaves, the homies. We got Smile, Liquid Vape. I got T-Run Flying Tackle. I got Game Ready Fitness. I got Reflex Supplements. I got... What else I got?
Rival.
That's about it. Huh?
Rival Boxing.
Yeah, we got Rival Boxing. We got Eye of the Tiger. Sports Management. KO Boxing. We got the crew. We got everybody.
And that's 10 minutes with the Boogeyman.
Peace.